10 miles an hour to 100 miles an hour in about 3 days. You can probably imagine. We're just bringing our first load of silage home. Sorry, not first one. The guys have been bringing silage home from elsewhere, but this is the first one from Peter's farm. And there was, I think out there, I think there was 100 and something bales out there, so it'll be about 4 or 5 trailers. Yeah, so we try not to let them on the leave them on the fields too long. They're alright for a bit, but once the birds spot them, the birds tend to start pecking holes in them, which is a pain in, well, it just leaves holes in them, which is no good. You want them sealed and you want them airtight to keep the silage good. We had this grab, this cherry grab, we had that over the winter. We had that modified last year. It was just snagging a few bales on some sharp corners, and the guys at Cherry took it back and just modified it a little bit to stop it doing that. Quite often will you you'll get set a job and something else will come up within 10 minutes, something more important. That happens quite a lot. We got the old man here, so he's always here to do jobs that week. You know, he does a full day like the rest of us, and emptying bales is one of his jobs that he can do. He's been round the cattle, so he's free to do something like that. That always happens. You're always darting here, there, everywhere. Change your plan, this one's picking up, that one's picking up. That's quite normal. Farmer has to sort of prioritise what jobs he's got going on, what needs coming in first, you know, where the balers need to be. He's got a lot going on. Got to try and organise everything. That's quite normal. He's loaded 2 more trailers. We're going to head up there, pick one up, bring it home. Keithy's out mowing again. He's out mowing. The weather's meant to stay okay-ish. Couple of days, couple of dull days, and then followed by some nice hot days. I've been using the GoPros on the older firmware, and I can tell you that they haven't froze up as of yet, and they seem to be working a little bit better, but I'll use them for a little bit, and if they go alright, I'll let you know how they go. Farmer's just across the way loading the last few bales. We're going to get hooked up onto this one. Now you got to remember to suck the trailer back in. If you don't remember, it can fall off down the road, and that equals very bad times. We've got to put a strap on, but hook up and make sure that that is sucked in. Can't come off now. I haven't had it happen to me on the road, but when I was turning trailers around the field, I did have it happen on the field, so I was a lucky boy. And now I double check everything. There's a few hills we have to go up and down, and you would not want that coming off on the hills, that is for sure. Okay, let's get a strap going here. 26 bales on there. Right. You want to sort of pull her down and pull her back towards the bed so it doesn't come off the back. We'll put a strap over the top. Some people do, some people don't. The farmer's never had one come off, but we'll put one on just in case. Pete and Keith always put one on. The farmer swears blind they won't come off, but we'll put one on just in case. Can't hurt, especially if you've got far to go or whatnot, or if you've got hills to go on or anything like that. It's just, if you've got a strap, you might as well use it. Over she goes. Oh no, that could be a problem. Once it goes between those bales, you're on to a loser. Let's yeah, nothing but front back. You might as well just start again when that happens. Always got to watch your electric lines when you're throwing straps over. I want to try and get this over that bale. No. Try again. After the third time, you do start to get a bit arsey. No. Oh my heck. Looks like we're climbing up. Get a good view of the trailer. Put the strap on. The wind then blows it off. Start again. Try not to fall to your death. Whee! There we are. We're getting there. We are getting there. Nice and tight. You don't want to go down the road with these flapping about, so just tuck them in, out the way. Takes 2 seconds. Someone will say, well, if you load them properly, you don't have to do that. And they're right. But it really doesn't matter. Shove them in there, out the way. In there. Just stops them flapping down the road. With the hills, it's always best to just start in the range that you know you're going to struggle in. So I always leave it in range 3 when we're going up this hill fully loaded, and that way when you change range you don't jerk the tractor. Any jerky movements on hills can always cause a bit of issues. So we're in 3F, that's our fastest speed in this gear, and I'm just going to leave it in that full chat, and we will have to start coming down the gears as we go up the hill. But if you go up a gear into 4, when you get halfway up the hill you've got to change the range, and because it takes a little bit of time, the masses are well known for it, they take 2 or 3 seconds. It feels like 2 or 3 seconds has gone by. So whenever we're climbing hills, we always try and start in the right range, and you're going to notice on here the revs are going to drop as we start climbing. And you want to keep your revs high, so we're just going to knock it down the gears as we go. Coming down again. It's not that heavy. Usually you're down to 3A. If you've got heavy load on, you're down to 3A. We can go up a gear. Now I won't change up to 4 until I'm up over the brow, and it just stops any banging and knocking while because while it changes gear there's always a judder, a bang. You don't want to do that on a hill. Now we can change. You felt the bang as it changes range. That's the one thing Massey's have a problem with, and I don't know if that new 8S has cured that issue, but the range change between the gears is the only downfall with the gearbox. We like the Dyna 6, that's what we used to. We haven't tried the Dyna VT. I've heard good things about it though. The Irish boys like them, I think. And we got a sharp bend up here, so we got no choices but to get on the other side of the road. Hope no cars come, which they always do usually. That's a rare event. Usually it's chaos, everyone doesn't know what's going on. And all you can do, that one's going to wait there. It's got 2 feet to the side of him, but no. The traffic is well and truly back. The nutters are all back on the road. You nearly have an accident nearly every single day. People are mad. They stop. Say like we're coming up to a thin bit here, they'll come around the corner and stop right in the thin bit instead of coming into the wide bit where you can all get by. I have no idea how that works in someone's brain. But that's the way it goes. That's probably normal for every country and every person. You always get the nutters. People panic as well, Christ. Key is just take it steady. You have to sometimes wait a minute for people's brains to start working. Right then, so we're just coming down the next steep hill, and the trailers have really good brakes on. Peter went through the trailers last year or the year before, and you want to let the trailer do all the work. So I've only got my foot gently pressed on the trailer, they're that sharp, the brakes. But let the trailer do all the work, and at the bottom you can then get going. Wheat fields on the right hand side here, 2 of them were cast on, 1 was drilled. We'll see the results of that come harvest. I just wanted to show you what it's like coming on the road, you know, driving, picking them up, unloading them, sort of. And this is the way we do it. We pretty much have to drive everywhere and pick bales up. We don't have a clamp. Everyone will say, why don't you have a clamp? We used to have a clamp, but we don't have one anymore. This just works better for us. It works nice, it fits in with what we're doing, and yeah, so we don't have a clamp. Watch that post on there. Now you guys get to see my... I've not driven these trailers for ages, so don't be mocking me too much. And we're going to try and reverse this. All the trailers have dollies. Everyone asks why you got dollies on the trailers. It's just more manoeuvrable to get in the tighter gateways. Farmer's coming in, and he's going to be watching me, laughing at me. And he's going to be mighty impressed with that one. Oh, I could have got a bit squarer, couldn't I? Right. Get your wires out of the way. Brakes. Oh Christ, can't reach. You put these little fittings on here, keeps your brake out the way. All the trailers have holders, either in the front or the back or in a little place. This one's in the front. Peter's been through and greased the dollies. He's been doing the lights, he's been yeah, getting all the trailers ready, checking the tyre pressures. What we'll do is just spin this one round. And if you've got an empty shed, you might as well stick it in the dry and your equipment lasts longer then. Now you get to watch my amazing reversing skills. It takes practice with these things. Some move easier than others. And you just have to shove forward and get yourself right again. Chase it round. They're harder to reverse when they're loaded because you can't see. And if you're wondering, yes, I have hit a post. Of course I have. I don't think I hit one last year though. Look at that, I'll tell you what, that's one of my best ones. Not bad. The sheds are all going to be, they're all going to be cleaned out soon, ready for hay coming in. Yeah, so it just gets and I've forgotten to put my tennis balls in. Should have done that, never mind. The old man will come around here with a teleporter and unload those, add them to the pile. I can't remember how many we had we looked for in a stack. Over 1,000 I think we're looking for. So there's a fair few to go out. Yeah, there we go, that's hands-on, picking bales up, trailers, stuff like that. So the Arkeson's back in the yard. I know a lot of you will be interested in this machine, so when it comes to using it, we'll have Lynn try and talk you through it. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but a good machine. This is a 2-year-old now. The new ones, I believe, have the pickup on the right hand side, which actually is a bit more of a ball ache, because if you got to get off, you got to run all the way around the tractor to get on it. But there we go, Arkeson's back in town. Yeah. I had to do this last time on my own, Peter. No. I'll...